Hey guys, I know it's been a minute, and I guess you wondered where I've been. It's been a lot going on since the last time, almost 2 years ago. It was a year ago, a little over a year ago, but things have happened. And things are happening. So when I decided, once I got the feeling and I just had the knowing that I was supposed to come back on here and do these videos, I first off let all the sun go down. So someone stole my headphones, and then my little piece where I had a microphone broke, and then my friend has one, but he's at work. So it's just been a bunch of things that have been going against me doing this. Like, once I decided, like, when I didn't care, it's like, whatever. Now, I do have my fashion stuff going on Instagram. That's created by _choice. So don't forget to look into that. But this is Created to Heal. And on this channel, I will tell you guys, on this channel, we're here to heal. To get the nuggets and get the understanding that we need and didn't have, that someone else didn't know to give us, or that we just had to experience ourselves. Which is me. I decided about 10 years ago that I wanted to learn something different. And this is just coming to me like right now. But 10 years ago I decided, and I cut my hair. 10 years ago I decided that I wanted to do something different. Learn different from what my family knows. Learn different from what I've been taught. Because just because that's all they knew doesn't mean that that was all that needed to be known, or that I needed to know for me. Because not all the time what your family knows is going to soothe or even empower your soul, or it's not even knowledge for you. It's not for you. You know what I mean? It may be something to know, okay, you'll be aware of this, but sometimes you got to go on your own journey. And I made that decision about 10 years ago, and Lord knows, I can't say I wish I didn't make it. I just have to say it's been a lot. So, like I said, my headphones got stolen, so I gotta alter the sound, I guess, somehow when I edit it. And we're just gonna figure it out. So I do apologize for the quality. I know you can hear people in my background, but it is what it is. So, where has the girl been? Where's Creative been? Working. Making things happen, failing, learning. I've been doing a lot. Since the last time I was on here, I was now looking back at it. I was clearly in a space where I was just entering into the thick of it. But also learning God's grace and mercy through that whole process. Too many years around. So yeah, like it's just been a lot. Like, I had so many ups. Definitely, you guys knew I quit my job around that time to start my business. A business I had no idea I was starting. It's just that I knew I was supposed to start. But one thing is, God will give you that vision. He will say, this is what you're supposed to do. But it ain't the time. Okay? But I do think that it is important to at least start making the steps towards whatever that is, because you're learning. You know what I mean? And I think when we get that vision, and we get that dream, or we get that word from God, it's like, oh, it's time. This is what it's supposed to be. And it's like, nah, yeah, it will. But there's preparation. There's things you have to go through. There's things God needs to know that, okay, you know that this isn't always going to be sweet, right? Like, people say, like, oh, God comes through. Yeah, he does. But you got to know that he's always going to come through. And you got to know it's not going to always be the way you desire it for it to. It's not going to look the way you want it to. And because I was just getting back into my walk, my spirituality, I didn't know. I didn't understand, bro. I'm telling you, I didn't understand nothing. I didn't understand how any of it was supposed to go. I didn't understand faith. I didn't understand how I could be up so much and just go down so quickly. But I never failed. Where I failed at the expectation that I had for myself a lot of times. But I've gained patience. I've gained an understanding, oh my gosh, about me. I've gained, and because of 10 years ago, me saying that I wanted to do something different. So last year, around this time, I asked God, why am I not making connections? Like, what is it? Like, why am I not making the connections I want to make? And again, he showed me. He didn't show me everything because it was a lot. And I'm sure he was like, girl, you ain't going to be able to, girl, ain't nobody got time to play with you. We're not even about to play them games because you can't cook, so clock that. We're not playing them games. You ain't ready for all of that. So one of the first things he told me, and I'm going to break all this down into different videos and stuff like that, but I just wanted to get back on here and kind of like show my face and be like, hey, I'm here again. I've not gone anywhere. But yeah, one of the things he told me was that I was very superficial. No matter how wholehearted or wholesome that I felt I was, I was very surface-based, very superficial. I didn't know how to have connections. So I wanted connections, but I didn't know how to keep them. And I realized that a lot this year. But then I also figured out why. So it was like he showed me what it was, but then he also showed me why. And that it wasn't really something that I can control. No matter what I try to change or alter, like, yes, be nice, be, understanding, have boundaries, but you're not going to get everyone. You know what I mean? You're probably not going to get every 50. But there will be, your time will come for you to get those connections and those people. But that was one of the things. And then a plethora of other things. I mean, just recently. Figuring out I had daddy issues, like for real. Not even real. I'm thinking like I didn't because I didn't have the stereotypical response to it. Like when that issue is triggered, I have a different response, but it is because of it. And I promise you, I will go into all that. All of these points are going to be different videos of how this year has been. I lost almost everything in the blink of an eye. I made a decision to go out and finish a movie in Miami, and I made a decision to put me first and really work on my career and what it is that I really want to do with my life, my dreams, my life, like my dreams, like what I really want to transpire. And baby, so I lost everything and all my money, everything was gone. And I'll get into that once, I'm working on this transparency thing. So, but just from bad spending habits, but mostly bad investments and really not knowing what I was supposed to be doing. So I was catapulted into a position that I should have never been in at that time. And I kept praying for it. And that's how I know that when you fast and pray, you're going to get exactly what you want. But you're not sometimes ready. And that's where preparation and that time, like, even though I'm like, Lord, I just want, it's like, you sure you want to do that again? Like, you sure you don't want this to just be given to you as time goes on and as you have proven yourself worthy? You know what I mean? Because like I said, and like people say, the devil will speed you up. And he did. Oh my God, he did, bro. Right after that time. And that's kind of why I fell off of these videos too, because I was up, boy. And I'm like, oh, all I had to do, like, I'm sitting trying to get some followers, baby. He gave me buckets. Legal buckets. And it was just like falling in my lap. But it was all for a business that I didn't even know what I was doing. So I squandered it in the most like unsquandering way, but just not knowing is squandering to me. And I, and then just other things and fraud situations on my accounts and stuff like that was the final thing that happened. But it was just a lot of things. And then, like I said, I got back from Miami, or we were in Hollywood, Florida, and which is not far from Miami, but we were right there. I get back, and no, before I get back, I get to my aunt's house. I see my mom and my account, so I went to pay my rent, and I just moved the money, bruh. All my money was gone. I had to ask one of my old trainers, if he would lend me money, lend me back my money, because he was acting like he didn't want to give me, but that's a whole nother story. If he would lend me back my money. And Slim was like, he sent it, thank God, but I didn't want to tell nobody. My mother, because my mother is a stickler for have your stuff together, and I knew she wasn't going to understand that too, because of just the person that she is. She just wasn't going to understand, all my money just gone, and I would have, no, we ain't about to do that. So I just went ahead and had him send me money. I went home, I cried the whole 5 hours. I never enjoyed a road trip so much, because I did not want to get back and face reality at the fact that it was the 5th that day. I tried to pay my rent on the 4th, so it was the 5th that day, and so I'm coming back on the 5th. I'm late, you know what I mean? I'm late on the 4th, but I don't think so, but this time I just so happened to was going to pay it on the 4th. And so the 5th I'm coming back, and it's like, baby, you don't have no money. So I had to go. I didn't even know what to do. Before, when I was short on checks, when I was actually getting checks, and I was short, I would just let them know, oh, it's gonna be $50. It was never more. I think one time, because I was sick or something because I was only sick one time for a week. I don't know. I just remember one time, 2 or 3 years ago, when I worked, and I had to tell him that I was going to be short. I paid I think my rent was $1,200 at the time, and I think I had paid him $9, and I had to pay him the other $3 in 2 weeks or something like that. But this time, I didn't even know how to tell this man, yeah, baby, I'm not paying you nothing, because I ain't got nothing. I don't even know how to tell you that. So I said nothing, but the whole kill was, it was the 5th I got back. By the 11th, my landlord has sent me an eviction notice. I have no back rent, nothing, and I've never gone through nothing like this by myself. Since I was 17 when I was living with my ex, but it was his eviction, not mine. So I never, experienced nothing like this. And I'm like, nah, Slim, what's that? And so, but I didn't know. So I'm like, shoot, I gotta leave. I don't know. But it wasn't court papers. It was him actually writing it up. But I'm on month to month. So it's really appropriate. And I'm thinking okay, that's fine, whatever. I'm thinking it's appropriate. And so I didn't say nothing. I'm just looking okay, he gave me a month and a half, so let me just get myself together and get up out of here. But I guess that was Monday the 11th, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I came back on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So maybe it was Monday or Tuesday that maybe the 5th was on a Wednesday. But Monday or Tuesday, I came back. And mind you, I wasn't working like that either. So the little job that I did just keep around, I was only on a schedule maybe one day a week, because I didn't really work like that. And I'm if I need a little extra spending money on some hair products or something, I don't want to dip into my funds. I'll go work a little bit, go do a little whatever. Now, I keep me one of those. Thank God. I keep 2 of them usually. But right now, I only have 1. And so, yeah, I'm not going to go too much into it, but this is just the start of just the destruction, or what I felt was that for me. And, and I just I freaked out, and I'm damn, I got to leave, whatever. So I'm and I don't have no money. This is the first time. This ain't even, so even before that situation, when all that money started coming into me, I had bread. I still had bread. I had thousands of dollars. That's the only reason why I quit. I ain't gonna say it's the only reason why, but it was a good reason. It helps, you know what I mean? And so once you know, and even before that, the job I had, I made good money. You know what I mean? So I've never been really broke unless I was with a dude that was broke. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I never had been, so this was the first time, like, I actually had no resources, like, at all, like, nothing. One of my credit cards was, like, absolutely maxed out. All my money was on this account that just messed up, and then my other big credit card, they closed. I mean, just, it was crazy, and it was just, like, the situation that happened, they felt like it was me, and it was nothing I could do. So I had no resources at all, no access to nothing. I could have asked my mother, though. I really could have, but I am a Capricorn, and I know that is not a good, you know, people say, oh, don't go back Capricorn. That's so sinful. Listen to me. That is a good, listen. I don't know about y'all other signs, but I do know, as a Capricorn, I ain't asking for nothing. I'm not asking you for nothing. Period. If you wanted to do it, you would. I do it when I do. I do it when I don't. If you want to do it, you're going to do it. Not ask for nothing. And it was hard. I wanted to so bad. So I was getting evicted by that Friday legally because they went to the courthouse. So this is like a week after the 5th. Like a little over a week. So Wednesday was the 5th, Wednesday or Thursday. By Friday, I'm legally like getting court papers. Like I'm receiving court papers in my door. They slipped it in. You ain't even ring the doorbell. I was still mad about that. So I freaking find out about Goodwill somehow doing like this housing thing. Like when I tell you that's how broke I was, I didn't even know. I don't know about like the funding or none of that. But I'm glad I do because I was able to help someone this year with that information. But I went there and I was in line forever, dog. And it just so happened that I think the first time I came, I got sent away because I came too late. So the second time I came, I was the first one in line. And it's like a specific like amount of people that they take a day. And it's never the same. So they say, I think the girl that I sent, she said that they changed it a little bit. But so I was the first in the line and I went back there. But when I went, I don't really want to get too far into this story because it was just so miraculous, like how it all happened, because I had nothing that I needed. Really, I had what I needed, but I didn't have actually what I needed because I'd never gone through this before. And the lady I worked with was just so patient and so understanding. And she was not supposed to be the person I worked with. Baby, let me tell you, they ended up giving me all the money for my rent. Yeah, and I never even knew that could happen. Like, they gave me all the money for it, and I'm thinking, like, they wouldn't because, I don't know, but it was all God, and I think my car, like, had broken down, like, so I had to go home and all that, so then my car, like, my tire popped or something, and I was just so stressed out, and this was just the beginning of stuff just going bad. Like, I know people have many other things that happen, but for me, this was it. Like, this was the start, like having no stable like resources or income. And then on top of that, I'm not working like that because first off, my job don't really like me. They ain't like me. And so I had to like fight to get hours, even though I had been there, you know what I mean, for as long as they open. I opened the store. But whatever, they don't never like to see a baddie win, you know what I mean? So they what was I gonna say? So I couldn't really get hours and it was just a lot. So yeah, I'm not even gonna go into all of that. I've been rambling about that. But yeah, so that's how my year officially started, because April starts the year for me. So March was like the ending of the year and I ended my year horribly. And then after that, it was just stuff after stuff, but everything was just character development. Everything was just God showing me who he is. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to really hear God. And I know that's what I said I wanted. And I told God, like, January, I'm not gonna get emotional, but I said I wanted something new, and I just wanted new everything. But I did not realize what I was asking for, bro. I really didn't. I didn't realize, like, yo, I was in the heat. My air conditioning went down. I was in, when it was like 92 degrees here, it was 99 in my house. And I went through that for months, for weeks, but months it was broken. But for almost a month, like they took off majority of my rent but he didn't want to do that because of that. But in that time, I was able to come up with my clothing line in the heat. And it's almost like God knew. I mean, look, I'm wearing more of, like, look at my little stuff, like my little collections. I'm wearing more of my brands. I have made more clothes and done more with my brand than I ever have. And I really think that God knows that I create best from nothing. And I guess that's where most creations come from. It's from nothing, or it's a solution to something. So I don't know. It was just, it's been a thing. It's been a whole experience. And yeah, I just been, like I said, going through character development, going through learning who I really am. But then on top of that, it's like I'm getting older and I'm trying to understand like these society norms, and it's like I'm not of the world, you know what I mean? I backslid so many times. Last year I got into a relationship with the same narcissist that I said that I shouldn't have got into a relationship with. We didn't get into a relationship because something in my spirit, I really do think it was like some witchcraft or some kind of something put on me, because the whole time I didn't want to be there. It was just like in my soul, I felt it. And it's like, why do I keep coming? And this man tried to hurt me, bro. It's been a lot. But that, even though those things that happen, even though all these things happen, I still am breathing to figure this out. One of these times, like, did it make sense? Like, it didn't make sense, but I still, as much as I would get mad at God, or I would be like, oh God, you could, I'm not even acknowledging what he is doing. And like I said, when I first started my business, I knew absolutely nothing. And now going through that loss and going through, I know so much more. I'm just still in a really, like, crazy position, but the creativity, the things that's coming to me, and all of these things that weren't when I had all of this and when I was doing everything. I mean, as you can see, I'm still in the same house, so he worked that out. You know what I mean? And even my landlord was trying to come for me. I'm still here, thank God. Now, do I think I'm supposed to be? I don't know. I think when it's time to go, like, things just keep happening, and I don't know. I'm still figuring that out, but I do know that God has allowed me to continue to work towards my goals or my dreams, or even him. Oh, it's so cute. You are so cute, huh? Cute. But yeah, so that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. Figuring it out, figuring life out, figuring out my relationship with God, figuring out how this all works. But like I said, I feel like even though I lost all that I worshipped and I idolized, which was my finances and my money and all that, being creative by choice, that makes no sense. Like, you idolize nothing, but you still give your all to your creativity. And I feel like in this time, he's really unlocking that for me. So like I said, I will be going into it. You will see more of me because I have so much to talk about. Because if you think that story is something, wait till you hear them. Wait till you hear them. I just breezed over. I'm going to go into detail of everything that I just said. I am absolutely leaning on God to be vulnerable in these videos. This is also something that I have to grow into or to learn by speaking my truth. And one thing is that I hold secrets for people so well because I hold my own. I don't put people in my business. I don't want to talk to you about me. I will lie to you. That's something that I would do just to make you have a story and you can go and tell that. Run tell that, but you ain't about to tell my stuff. The little baby is so freaking cute. That was the cutest baby I've seen in 2024. But yeah. Oh, that light just came on. Thank you, God. I am happy to actually be back on this camera, and I'm happy that I get to edit this. But in the meantime, I am also on Instagram. If you have gone on my Instagram 2 years ago, it's totally different. It's still fashion, but you can see the difference. It's creative by _choice. I am also going to be redoing my creative by choice YouTube, but that is just going to be longer form videos for my Instagram. This Created to Heal will be longer form videos for my TikTok. It is now Created by Choice, but it will be Created to Heal also. So Creative by Choice will only be Instagram and Facebook. Creative by _choice is the only Instagram that I'm very active on. Creative by Choice LLC is for my business, but I will be changing that and revamping all that. So you can go follow it, but it's not that deep. But Creative by Choice on TikTok also, you can follow that. It will be changed to Created to Heal. And then I may just do a Creative by Choice TikTok too, that is for my fashion, just so I can just really get on top of this and do it how I've been wanting to and how I dreamed of it. And one thing I realized this year is, like, even though we hear it all the time, but nobody's going to do it for you. You're never going to get bailed out. Yeah, you could get blessed, but you're never going to get bailed out. You're never going to get what you really need if someone does bail you out. It's just best to really hone into your own powers and your own wisdom and your own strength and really just get those things done. And if you have a vision or purpose or anything, you can do it. Like, you just have to focus. You just have to really put down those burdens. You know what I mean? Give it to God. And I'm still working on that. But me being here on this video right now is living proof. You don't know how hard this was. And I still have to post it. But I am living proof right now that all it takes is a little bit. And I'm going to let God show me. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to let God show me what's to come and what's next. So you can tell that a lot of these little videos that I'm going to be doing in the future are going to be emotional. But I'm here for it. So I'm going to go because I'm losing the sun, but I will be back very, very, very soon. Very much more consistent. And yeah, let's end this year with a bang. I wish you guys the best. And thank you for watching.